Hey guys, what's going on? It's Stef here. Hope you've been well. I know I have. And that's not a lie this week because guess what? My dog is doing better and we just had the tree removed today. Finally. So in this week's episode, we're going to take a look at a different piece of equipment that you haven't seen in a while. I went back to my Mindlab Equinox, at least for this hunt, and like I've said in the past, because I am now an affiliate of KELLYCO metal detectors and I'm not sponsored by any particular company, I feel very comfortable using anything and everything in my videos. So with that as a reminder, if you need any metal detecting gear at all, please shoot me an email at stefdigs@gmail.com and I'll be able to get you a deal. Now, as you probably already saw in the cover to this video, I dug my biggest coin ever, which was really awesome. Super excited about it. I still can't stop staring at it. Not to mention, this was within the first 20 minutes of the hunt, and I also squeaked out another coin that was very low mintage. This permission has got to be hands down my favorite one in town, and I can't wait to take you on another digging adventure with me right now. Okay, so we've got quite some noise to contend with today because the field behind me is being hayed. But I thought I would take Mr. Knox out to play today, and I'm really glad I did. This is the second hole. The first one was junk. But we have a coin. So, oh, it's hold. Wait a minute. Oh my god, it's a hold Indian. How cool is that? I wonder if there's something on this side because I don't know why there would be a hole on the reverse like that. Usually it would have been at the top of the head. I'll brush that off and see if I can get a date. Okay, well I can't get a date right now. I don't even know if I will be able to, but in case you guys don't know, the reason that coins were hold typically is that people could wear them on a string or sew them into garments so they didn't lose their money. So this is probably an earlier Indian had sent. But it is a thin one, so it'll be at least 1864 and up. But that's too cool. I've only seen a couple of hold Indians dug before, so that's pretty interesting. Okay. Alright, not too far from that Indian, I got a 16 to 17 signal, which is usually brass. No exception in this case. It's a wick advancer for an oil lamp. And I won't take a whole ton of time on this because you've seen me dig them a godzillion times. So let's just move on, shall we? Man, I had a good feeling about this spot today. I just got like a 22 to 25 bouncy signal, solid 8 inches. And that looks beautiful to me. That's gotta be some kind of copper. It's awful big though. Correction, it's huge! Bigger than is it bigger than a US large cent? Be careful with this. Maybe it's some kind of token. Either that or I'm just blind. That looks like a token. This is... let me see. You know what? Oh, wait a minute. Is this one of those 1806 KG3s? I totally think it is. Let me brush this off. That's awesome. Number 11, baby. Yeah. Well, it's not an 1806. I can make it out here. I'll throw I'll throw the cleaned up picture on the screen. Sorry, I'm kind of babbling because I'm excited. It says 1799 above my thumb. I know you can't see it right now. And there's our beautiful obverse of the Mad King. This is a very rare find in the United States because by the time our mint was making coinage, you didn't see these anymore. We did have a little bit of an unfortunate casualty. I got it. But thank God it was just on the outer rim. Oh man, that's a day maker. That is so cool. I think we need to take a minute and appreciate how massive this coin is. So, here's a, more modern $50, 1920. And it's just, you really can't see it very well, but it's just a hair smaller. It's like a millimeter or something. But this is really crazy. Look how thick the KG3 is in comparison to the $50. That's a pretty thick coin, but by more stark contrast here, look at the KG2 halfpenny as opposed to this. Okay, that is a noticeable difference in size there, and a huge difference in the thickness. And these are the same denomination. It's amazing, you know, how much copper they would have to put into their later coins to keep up with, you know, inflation and all that. Because this is, let's see, 1739. This is 1799. 60-year difference. And a pretty big copper content difference as well. So, you know, I know a lot of you find coppers this size, but whew, when you find one this size, that is just a heart stopper. Absolutely amazing. Now, hold on one second. I'm not done talking about this coin just yet. The most bizarre part of this hunt is that this coin really shouldn't even be here, meaning the United States. Like you heard me kind of bumbling my way through the video, I was stating that after 1792, when we established our own mint, we didn't really see post-colonial British coppers too often at all. Now, obviously that was on the heels of the Revolutionary War, and I can only imagine that a good part of the reason we didn't use their coinage is maybe, you know, some hard feelings. Can't imagine why. However, we did continue using other foreign coins up until 1857, when the Coinage Act was passed, stating that we could no longer use foreign coins as legal tender. So Spanish reals went out the window, and any other foreign coins that you typically would dig in New England. Okay, I guess that's enough about that one coin, but I'm still super stoked about it. Oh, and one last thing before we get back to the show. If you enjoy what you're seeing and you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you love this video and you don't want to miss a thing. It's free. Why not? All right, back to the show. I got a bouncy 11 to 12 signal on the Equinox. And I thought this was just a piece of wire, but it's a little bit more interesting than that. It's one of those giant clothespins. And I can't remember what the heck they were used for. I don't know if this was actually used to hang things out on a line or what, like clothing. I can't remember. Oops. And I threw it. Okay, put that in the pouch before I lose it. Well, I got a 12 signal on the Equinox. And I found my target. I found plenty of these here. Part of a suspender clasp. Looks like we've got some writing on there, maybe a patent date. I would think. Most of the ones I found out here do have patent dates on them. Hey, that's pretty cool. Alright, I'll let you know what's next. Okay, next target here is another 12 on the Equinox. Look down in there, only a few inches deep. And a usual suspect, even more suspension. Another suspender clasp. I found a million of these out here. This one actually still has the ring attached to it. Can't tell what the design is on there. I think it's just plain-ish. You know, it's got some kind of design in the middle. It's pretty cool. Alright. But you know what I find next? Well, I have to say, I'm really surprised at how low this rang up, given what it is. There's only maybe like a 20 on the Equinox, which is weird, but I am in a huge iron bed because a barn burned down here. And kind of relatable to the barn, we have a wee little ox knob. So for those of you who don't know, this would have screwed onto the tip of the oxen horn, and then they would have shaved the tip of the horn so that it didn't puncture anything. That's a cool find. I think that's like my 12th or 13th one I've found ever. I don't find them a whole lot, but it's very cool. Okay. Okay, just got another signal here. It was a 19, about 6 inches down. I can already see what it is. This is a saddle strap guide. Would have had a piece that went over here, and the leather would have gone straight through it. Should have a nice pattern on there. Nice. Haven't found one of those in a while. Very cool. Alright, again, that's all for this week. I know it was another short one, but I just haven't been getting on a lot of stuff. Not to mention, it's also been about 95 degrees every day, and I'm not exactly a morning person. So, we're going to hop into the wrap-up now, but I have a question for you on that. I posed this question originally about 8 or 9 months ago, but since I've gained at least 1,000 subscribers since then, I'm curious as to your opinion on wrap-ups. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know. So, drop me a comment. I'll be very curious to hear your thoughts on that. Alright, let's go. Alright, it's that time. We're going to go over everything we found that day, which wasn't a whole lot, but you know, is what it is. It's been brutally hot out, so I'm doing what I can. Alright, go over the smalls first. I did get a patent date off of that lantern piece, and let's see here, November 26th, 72, so that'd be 1872, and February 11th, 1873, so that's pretty cool. That's one of my older ones, actually. Same with this garter clip here, 1890, you can see the 90 there, and 95. I found so many of these there. Like I said, I really just don't know how these people kept their pants on. I've never found so many suspender clips and garter clips in one place, ever. This is really cool, actually. You know, I find ox knobs maybe a couple times a year, not too often. But you can see I was trying to kind of poke out the dirt, as you would once you get home. But that's bone. So part of the horn was still in here. And I was actually thinking that day, I don't remember if I said it out loud, that I've always wanted to find one with the horn still inside there. So that is super cool. I love that. And it's a really small one in comparison to my other one. So maybe it was for a little baby horn in there. I like that a lot. Our nice colonial saddle strap guide. I was surprised there was still some good patina on here, because when I initially got it home and kind of rubbed it off, it just looked like there wasn't much left. But nice little mint green patina, and you can see there's kind of a, you know, a pattern on the edge there. So I really like that. I like finding these. I have maybe 5 or 6 of them. I don't find them too often. Another suspender clip. Not too much in terms of the design there. I sat this in hydrogen peroxide for just a little bit to get the dirt off, and that iron ring that was on here broke off. But what's kind of cool is now at least I know what those iron kind of half-moon shaped things are, because I've never found one attached to a suspender clip before. So I learned something new. Now this could have had a number of uses. It's sharp as hell, by the way. If you find these, don't do what I'm doing right now. It will hurt you. Anyway, so this, it was suggested to me that it was used for a horse blanket. That's probably what it was actually used for, instead of maybe laundry, like I had originally thought, because there was a barn that burned down right around there, so you know there were horses on the property. So I will go with a horse blanket, massive clip. So, hey, I got one of those now, so that's kind of cool. Alright, and then obviously the finds that we have been waiting to look at here. My nice 1874 Hold Indian head scent. Look at the condition on that. I mean, you really couldn't ask for better. And it's weird because somebody punctured, you know, the shield, so if they were wearing it around their neck, it would have had the reverse showing rather than the obverse, because otherwise this guy would be hanging upside down. Or this Lady Liberty, excuse me. But I am just so stoked with the condition, and I think, if memory serves, there were only about 12 million of these minted. The 1870s are just all around key dates, pretty much. Obviously, 77 being the rarest from the 70s, because I think there were 800,000 made or something. I'm kind of going off the cuff right now, and I'm not that into numismatics, so I could be totally wrong. But if I am, I'll put, you know, appropriate titles on the screen. So anyway, enough on that, but I just can't stop staring at it. I love it. Nice inky black. And of course, definitely the best find, this massive George III. I can't believe how huge this coin is. It is like bigger than a $50. And you couldn't see it very well in the video, but look at that. Well, I guess you could see it when I did my cut-in of comparing this to a $50. It's about twice as thick. It's crazy. So that's where I nicked it. It's been about a month since that hunt, so it's starting to not look quite as shiny. You know, that comes down in time, thank goodness. And I'm glad I didn't at least, you know, graze George's schnoz or anything like that. But this came out really well with the Andres pencils. I was very happy with that. So, nice little hunt there. That permission never fails me. And with that, everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Remember, if you can get out and save just one piece of history, your hunt was worthwhile. We will see you next week.